Welcome back, Mass Nerds. Oh, it's probably loud in here. Let me turn off my fans here. Tonight, more mass testing. So I've been on the hunt for more mass. We're going to be testing some interesting ones, some ones that people have been very excited for, like the ever ubiquitous. Where did I put it? Hold on. Oh, let's see. I got it here somewhere. Oh, it's not in his bag. The ever ubiquitous HappyMask. I guess 25,000 people are waiting for these now. So let's test and see how they stack up. It's probed, it's ported, it's ready to go. So, as usual, we'll do the usual rundown. So we'll do our zero count on our CPC. Again, as usual, we're using a 16% sodium chloride solution in my TSI 8026 atomizer. It's going to generate our hopefully 0.075 nanometer sodium chloride, count median diameter sodium chloride test particle. We'll do the same thing I always do. I always use N1. I have a bunch of control masks just to quantify, make sure the system is up and running as appropriate. We'll use the N100. We expect to see 99.9 something. I'll use this 3M8210, which I've been using for about a year now, or at least 9 months. Should give me about 99 and some change. And then we have the Air Queen, which typically gives me about 90%, because that's not a KF94. It's a nano material, medium material, and they could never. I don't think they ever got it KF94 certified as the nano. There's a Breeze, a later edition that they eventually did. So welcome everybody. We'll do this quickly. For those wondering what the reusable masks, my plan is to test them today. And then every day over the next few weeks, or every day over the next week, I'll be washing and drying, washing and drying, and washing and drying, and we'll retest next week after 5 washes and 5 dries for all the reusable masks. Okay, well, here we go. Concentration that I brought down, you can see the big spikes on there. Actually, I'll restart that. Not right now, because I'm on a live stream, but thank you, love. Gotta love kids. All right. Let's see. So those wondering the concentration there is me cooking dinner. I've been warming up the CPC, making sure everything's functional there. Oh, someone's back again. Can I help you?
Bye.
Bye.
Feel the toilet paper.
You feel the toilet paper. All right, thank you. All right. So cooking dinner. Those concentrations are for me cooking dinner. You see a lot of a little bit of a spike there, and then it sort of came down. I do have a little. Murder 14 filter set up to a box fan, so I pulled that concentration down in the room because I want that concentration to be pretty low. All right, so let me, we're going to restart this so we have a nice clean data set here, so give me 1 second. HEPA capital module is currently attached right now, so we should be seeing effectively 0 counts. Let me get this booted back up. All right, so our concentration is coming way down, so it's about half a particle per cc. So no issues with the 0 count. I'll make that a little wider. We'll start there tonight. Oh, let's see. I don't know if my stream died. Internet should be good. Could be dead. Uh-oh. I'm not sure if it's dead or not. I think it's still live, but I guess there's not really anything telling me that it isn't. So I will assume it's alive. I think it's all good. I think my bandwidth is too tight. Let's do something dangerous. Let's see what happens here. We'll see if we recover. Sorry, a little technical difficulty to get this to you. I'm on the 2.4G, so I switched over to the 5G network. A little bit more bandwidth on that one. My 2.4 is a little slow. All right, we'll assume all is good there. Okay. Where am I at? Okay, 0 count is attached. Concentration is 0. In fact, I have no. If I hit the clear, there's this issue below 1 particle per cc. This has a bug. I only have the version 1 firmware on this. Apparently, they have updated with later versions, but since it's 25 years old, you can't even get it serviced. So I'm stuck in version 1. Unless maybe someday you email TSI and they're like, "Hey, I'll hook your firmware up with the latest version." All right, so 0 count pass. Watch what happens when I disconnect the tube. Boom. We're gonna see some concentration come up. There we go. So we got about a background count, room air count about let's see, about 4,000 particles per cc. So that's not too bad. We're gonna flip on our generator. We're gonna bring it up to 20,000 particles per cc of the sodium chloride solution. So it's running now. Travis says it's all live. You're good. Okay, yeah. I'm for some reason the YouTube stream on my computer is showing that it's not working correctly, but I'm gonna assume that all is good. let's switch this window. How do I switch? Oh, you know what? I probably should have done this. Let's do this. Let's put this into this window. Let's pull this out. Now I should have OSB working correctly. Hey! Okay, well it's on the wrong tab, but at least it's the right one. Alright, let's try it now. OSB, you correct? Alright, there we go. Boom. Alright, concentration's coming up. We're just hitting about 12,000 particles per cc. As usual, if you look at the link in the description of the live stream, there is a link to this data set. So, 919. It's already been almost a month since my last test. I guess I took a couple weeks off for vacation. I've been busy trying to get the local school district to think about portable HEPA units for the school district, so it's been a busy week. So let's do our Moldex. The controls in 100 rated, it's cup style. As Warren, it's Headband. Alright, we're at 20,000 particles per cc, so we'll let that stabilize for a second and then we'll get started. Hopefully everything's good. Alright, concentration is stabilizing. Give it a couple minutes here. I'm waiting for it to give me some consistent data. It's still climbing a little bit, but it should pause here for a second once the data goes, because I've turned the generator on. Got to be a little tight and easy with this mask today because I did damage it last time. I kind of tore it open a little bit on the side here. Not that it's actually going to affect the filtration, just like the mount for the headband situation. All right, we're going to 10 seconds here, and everything's going to be about right. Let's go out there, 2.704 e to the 4, 2.704 e to the 4. All right, so this time I got to be gentle with it, so I'll put it around my neck this time like this. Watch, you'll see the concentration just plump. The beauty of an N100. Alright, let that concentration stabilize. I called it 10.11 particles per cc. 10.11. I think I've gotten better in the past, but I'm not sure I want to wait around that long to get 99.999. Should be good. I usually think we get like a half a particle or a few particles per cc. I am fairly freshly shaven, but not like crazy new freshly shaven. My hair's all messier because I was out doing work all day. I hope you don't look too much like a goofball. Alright, let that concentration stabilize for 20 seconds and we'll get that test portion done. So we are almost there. 2.408. 2.408. Alright, we'll slide. Oops. We'll slide that over. Yeah, okay, so we got 99, but we need to add a decimal place. What is it? 99.96. Okay, wow, jeez. I don't know if that's going to be quite good. 99.96. Alright, next up on our list of control masks. Oops, I don't know why I just copied that, but it's going to be a 3M 8210 control mask. This is an N95 cup style. It's as one. It's headband. And it's this guy right here. It's a classic. Not my favorite, definitely. Now that I've tried some more N95. Oh, you know, I got a V-Flex. No, I'm not going to test the V-Flex. We know they're good. Maybe I'll test the pressure drop for everyone. I'm almost out of these test probes. So the little test probes we go in the air. I'm almost out. I only have like 3 left, so I either have to call TSI and buy some more, or I don't know what I'm going to test. The V-Flex, you know, like I don't really worry about N95s. It's kind of what's kind of they're good N95s. They're good. So maybe I'll just test the pressure up. I know maybe I'll order some more ports. We'll see. All right. That stabilized. Good. 2.294 E to the 4. Okay, go ahead and don the mask. Now I never do this according to the proper method. You're supposed to like cup it like this. Take this strap, put it on the back. Take this strap, bring it over the top. Look at that. I did it like a real pro. Again, watch that concentration plummet. Mask work. Watch it live. All right. Wait for this to stabilize. Alright, I think we're stabilized there at 220.7. Oops. Oh, at 220.7. There we go. For those watching at home, Lindsay Marr, I just saw her put some data on her spreadsheet. And I saw a Twitter tweet from her as well that she's going to be doing a very similar test method using the same CPC 3025A. Basically a very similar total inward leakage test. Here's a little better because she's using some conductive tubing. I've been too cheap to buy some. I don't think it really impacts the measurement significantly. It does affect the total concentration, but since the same piece of tubing is used both for on and off mass testing, the impact of any charging issues like that is mitigated by using the same equipment. But I'm stoked to see that because it at least will validate. I think if you go look at her tweet, you can find the link to it. I was looking at. She has started publishing data. She got. I saw her test the in-row mask with some kids, which I'm pretty excited about. 2.156 E to the 4. She was testing the in-row mask with kids and got. What did she get? 69%. I got 70 something. So I'm excited to see. I test the in-row with the adult. We'll test it again tonight. That she had a very similar result. I'm always stoked to see that. I wonder if my little bit of facial hair might be impacting us slightly here today. I didn't completely shave. Maybe I should have, but it's too late now. I'm live and I'm not going to go shave. All right, get this fired up. Excuse me, Mr. HappyMask. All right, kicked off at 2.049 E to the 4. Oh, maybe I should write it in here first. Oops. All right, copy day. This is going to be the Air Queen Nano Control. And this is an unrated mask. It's an unrated mask. It's boat style. It's as worn. And the concentration is 1.948 E to the 4. Alright, let's don the mask. I think the most impressive thing about all this, I've been using the same mask for 9 months, sitting out on my counter, months between when I use them. Yeah, they pretty much all behave the same. So that's always exciting. Repeatability, always good. Alright, called there 2037. 2037. Alright, 89.5. Well, that's pretty typical for that mask, so that's good. We're back to usually our 90% with the air. Check some questions here, see if anyone's at. Is the equipment used to test the mask expensive? And are there inexpensive ways? Well, the CPC that I have is not very expensive because it was broken that I got. If you were to go buy this instrument new, like the TSI 3776 or whatever the latest version is, they're about $50,000. So, yeah, kind of expensive. The atomizer I'm using is like $5,000 or something like that. I bought all this stuff used. Most of it was broken. I fixed it, so that's how I can do this in my bathroom. But there are other people that are going to be tackling this. Like I said, Lindsay Moore will be coming up with it. I know. I agree, Travis. I probably should just buy some parts, but I'm trying to convince myself to stop doing it. I have so many things that I would like to get back to, and I think the only thing that's making me do all this 1.942. The one thing that's keeping me going on all this is kids masks. I just need to find more kids masks. Got to keep that supply fat for the adults. Let them buy parents are looking for masks. All right, let's do this today. So we're gonna start with the in-row today, and we're gonna do. So we'll start. We retest this mask already. Let's do it again. I have one addition that I'm gonna do this time. Last time I did held on my face, but this time I'm gonna use the fix the mask that I have. So really get a tight seal on these to make sure that it's try to limit any leakage around the periphery of the mask. This mask, of course, the filter is not edge to edge. I know it's hard to see, but the filter is here. It doesn't go to the bottom of the chin. Like, this thing's gonna leak like a sieve, so it's not surprising, but we'll test it again. And then we'll test the HappyMask, and then we'll do the Airband Mask, and then we'll move to the Powecom after that, which I'm really excited for because they have a small, pretty stoked about that. So let's, I know everyone wants to do the HappyMask first, but let's get this one baseline, just to make me a little more confident in my data set. So 09, 19, 21, let's take the air clean off. I am a little excited that someone, and also thanks to the person that sent me the HappyMask. This is one of their personal masks. So someone basically donated me $25 and a mask that's basically impossible to get right now. So boy, I hope it tests well. I really do. I honestly don't. I'm not worried about it. I mean, I am. I want to know that it tests well, but because there's a lot of people that are wearing these and there's a lot of people waiting to get them. So I always want to make sure that people can get it. Mitchell Mabane asked, I missed who the other person doing the test. Lindsay Marr. Linseymarr. She's a professor of an aerosol. Well, she's a professor at Virginia Tech, maybe Virginia for sure. I can't think of the top of my head, but yeah, she's testing these masks too. She has a tweet, Lindsay Marr. She's been featured in the New York Times like a million times. She's a rock star. She's super cool. The fact that I'm stoked to see her doing this stuff too. All right, in-row retest. Non-rated. I don't know, bifold, I guess. As worn. Ear loop. Concentration, 1.754 uniform. Let's go ahead and don the mask. Well, definitely leaks. I can feel it leak right up the chin. There's because this filter doesn't sit against the chin, it just leaks right up there. I can feel it going through the cloth. All right, call there 5266. I think my favorite thing about this plot is if you look at the plot right now, let's see, I think it's on OSB. If you look at the plot, you see the first mask, bestest, right, 99.6 in 100. Next mask in 95. You see a slight difference. A mask that's not great, the Air Queen, a little bit of a thing. And then you look at the end run, boom, that you can see it step up and up and up, right? Those are those counts that are coming through the mask. Let's let's see why we have the 555S. Hey Aaron, where did you buy the Sabu mask in your previous video? Check the link in the description. If you go and look at my kids mask thing, you can find Sabu's link in there. Just go to the kids mask. I don't know if I put it in the main thing. I've been really busy. I've been focused on the kids stuff, so you may not see all there. Let's see. Let's get the concentration before I forget. 1.704 e to the 4. 1.704 e to the 4, so that's a whopping 69.5%. Alright, so we're going to repeat this in row, plus fix the mask. And non-rated, bifold, fix the mask, we'll put it as the condition. Oops, ear loop. We'll grab the concentration here before I don the mask. 1.664 e to the 4, 1.664 e to the 4. Okay, so now this will be really fun because let's see, how do I do this? Let's go like this. Let's go like this. It's a little kind of complicated. Right on the mask. The fixed mask is nice, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to get on here. So then I gotta go this. Oh, I think I might not have done this right already. Okay, I'm gonna do this right already. Okay, so that has to be like that. Then I need to go like this. That's why I don't like using it, because I have to spend a lot of time thinking about what the heck I'm doing. There we go. Get this turned the right way. I think I have a lot backwards here. I can use it to my right here to check it out. Alright, what am I doing wrong here? I gotta twist it all around here. Get it together, Aaron. Oh, great. It's not gonna work. Alright, we'll disconnect the total real quick. Sorry, I gotta play with this thing. Why am I struggling so much? Maybe because I have this whole thing inside out. There we go. You think I'm an engineer or something, you know? I think I'd be able to be good at this. I'm sure with a couple of practice attempts I'll get it. Okay, I just have this whole thing on. I'm failing. I'm sorry, guys. We'll set the tube there. Alright. Alright. This goes to this. This goes to this. This goes to the head. This goes to the nose. This goes around the jaw. This twists like that. There we go. There we go. Hey, look at me. I'm not completely inept. Alright, so we got to fix the mask. Now this thing is like, if you're not gonna get a seal, you're gonna go with the fixed mask. It really holds it tightly to your face. It's like an awesome design in that regard. It's just a little complicated again. Alright, concentration. 1.605 e to the 4. So it came down a little bit. 1.605 e to the 4. I have to reach underneath because I don't want to plug the fork when I'm putting it on. Okay, plugged in. Alright. See a little bit of improvement, but not a ton. I can feel it leaking around this filter. Let's see if I can blow a little tighter. No, it just leaks around the filter. Alright, call it there. It's getting a lot of jumping around here. 4371, that's about the average. Alright, we'll take, how am I going to do this? Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that, and like that. Alright, I can figure this out eventually. So we'll get a slight improvement, 72.8 versus 69, so it's not a, it's definitely not a issue with the fit to the face, because now I've sealed it. It's the fact that the filter is not edge to edge. So, reminder, if you buy a better mask, edge to edge definitely should be the minimum that you should look for. It still doesn't guarantee the grade. I've seen lots of claims from lots of manufacturers. And we should have some regulation in this space, because I'm really disappointed that a year and a half into this, people can make masks and claim whatever they want. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take a mask. I have some borosilicate microfiber. It's like E16 media, so it's like 99. It's like 99.99999 filtration. I'm going to take a mask. I'm going to paste them to the front and say the new mask nerd 99.9999997 mask because I have some media on there that's got good. It's like it's not how it works. It doesn't matter what media you put in there as long it has to work as a combination. All right, 72%, so not a big huge improvement. Okay, let's do the one we all want to see. Let's see the HappyMask. Let's just get it going. Because that's the one I want. So that's good. Get it up and running here. Then I also have the VOG mask we're going to test again today because these are all washable masks. So I'll test the Inro, the VOG mask, the Airband, and the HappyMask. The baseline, I'll be washing them every night. I'm not going to wear them because, no offense, I don't really want to. Delta's kind of firing back up a little bit, so I need my protection. If these aren't really great, I don't want to find out. But I will wash them just like their manufacturer's instructions, and we'll see how they go. All right, concentration stabilized, 1.479 ether. All right, I'm not a super big fan of the fit. It doesn't. I mean, it fits my face fine. It's just a mask that, in my opinion, they don't like these style. I don't know why cloth manufacturers keep making it. Make the trifold. I just can't get it to keep. Even with the ear loops tight, it just won't. I'll have to. I think the tubing just isn't enough to pull it off. There we go. So I feel like I got a pretty decent seal there. All right, let's take a look at the data. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Oh boy. HappyMask. We leak like a sieve. I call her 2464. 2464. Bounce around a little bit, so it's not perfect. 2464. Oh, way down. 83.5%. Well, we'll try with the fix the mask next. See if that brings it up a little higher. I could definitely feel some leaking because, you know, just the mask has this cotton outer, and the cotton outer does not really seal to the face. There's stitching and seaming, and so you get leakage past there. So my total inward leakage test like I'm using today, super important to do. Got to test it on real faces. Why N95 doesn't have a standard like that? I don't know. You have to ask my Ash. Alright, well let's stabilize here. I think we're there. 1.424 beautiful. 1.424 beautiful. So 83.1. Alright, let's try it again here with the fix. So we're gonna I'm gonna use the fix the mask to really make sure plus fix the mask. Let's see if that helps. Non-rated. Oops. Non-rated. Test condition. Fix the mask condition. Alright, let's do this thing. It's good. Alright, here we go. Okay, so let's see if I can do it. It doesn't take me 20 minutes to do this. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I can't do that yet. Actually, you know what? I'll just disconnect the tubing first. I'm gonna put the mask on. I'll do it that way. I like to have the tubing connected to the mask. Just I don't know, just to be extra careful. But like, you'll have to forgive me. If we get better data, then we know that it's better because it got sealed. All right, here we go. That's gone. Then I take the fix the mask. Like this. There. I mean, I do like the concept. I really do. I just wish there was like some easier way to make this work. It's not so bad. I'm getting used to it. It does definitely provide a great seal. concentration. 1.371. This will be the last test we'll fire up the generator. 1.371 E to the 4. Okay. I'll stick my hand under the mask to test to get it connected because I don't want to plug the port. I'm going to push it together. Port's connected. Pull the mask down. Make sure to fix the mask is on my job. Alright. Let's see what happens here. We're going to wash these too, so we'll see if they get even worse. Twisted. Alright, let me fix that quickly. I have this piece twisted here. There we go. Yeah, I think that'd be cool if they made this thing with just like a little bit more rigidity on some of it so that it's easy to dawn it off. Alright. How are we looking? Not much better. Quite better, but not a ton. I called there in 1996. So, slight improvement. Alright, so it looks like slight improvement, but not a massive improvement. 85.4. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, my test aerosol is small, so it's always hard to say. We'll test the fog mask. We'll test the airband. Then we'll test the Powecom. You can make the judgment. Someone could argue that my method isn't representative of half-micron aerosols. I would be the person that makes that argument. But when I have tested masks that tested 99+%, kind of hard to argue how effective they are when they show really good results. So my test doesn't prove the mask doesn't work. It just proves that it's not as good as other masks that I've tested. And since there's no... I've never seen any independent of them sending their mask to any sort of certification test. I have to put the onus on them. Alright, 1.32. Alright, so 85.2. We're going to turn the generator back on. Next up, let's do the fog mask. Gotta make sure I keep all the paperwork together because I need this for the care instructions. I don't want to lose the care instructions. I will follow it to a T. I promise you that. Whatever they say I can do, I will do. I think this one you can machine wash, but I'll double check. Oh yeah, recommended care instructions. Machine wash. Well, guess what? It's going to get machine washed. I don't think that's going to be very good at all. It's what happens when you're just going to load that melt blown that they have in there that's not having any electrostatic charge. It's just going to blow up, but whatever. Wire cutter, you need to talk. Someone should, I'm going to have to tweet at them, I guess, maybe, or something like that. Alright. Let's see. We'll wait for this thing. Thank you for all the mask reviews. Helped a ton when I was trying to find masks for my children. 11-8. Glad I got some KN95 masks. Yeah, thanks, Kinski. I think that's a great choice. First time live. Can you explain your test method? I do ASHRAE 52.2 testing, and this seems similar. That's a good question. I am not familiar with ASHRAE 52.2. I'd have to look at it. I've been looking at a lot of ASHRAE stuff lately because I'm trying to argue with my school district to have them put in portable HEPA units and talk about what we're going to do during lunchtime when all the kids take their masks off. So maybe I'll take a look at ASHRAE 52.2. Sheriff Flats. And also to say thanks for the amazing info and tests you provided. Massively appreciate it. My pleasure. That's why I'm here. I'm going to be doing this. I'll be trying to do this quick tonight because I got to be done by 9. I need to finish up this. I'm going to see if I can talk, give a presentation to the school board tomorrow, or at least they have a school board meeting tomorrow. So I'm going to try to give a public comment there. So I got to prep for that. Kineski says machine or air dry. Okay, so the inner says machine wash, delicate wash cycle, do not bleach, tumble dry low. We'll test it. I don't think it's going to help it. Could you plus test out the Hotto deal, KN95s and Amazons, that they're #1 bestseller? Send him to buy some, Evan. Send him to Lloyd Amherst. That's the person. He's been testing all the Amazon KN95s. He has a great database already. I think that'd be perfect to send to him because he's already tested a bunch. He's in the same method, and then you can have a nice kind of consistent data set there. Let's see. Are you familiar with the masks that come from Kimberly-Clark? KN95 would be. It depends. Kimberly-Clark makes a duckbill N95, so it's kind of like a duck, and I think it was N95. I tested them actually. If you look at my data set, you'll see it up there. I also did a review of it in one of my videos. It's a good mask. Super breathable. I got some 3M V-Flexes as well. Oh, super breathable. I love the V-Flexes. I know there's a bunch of people that have been talking about them. I had to find out myself, so I ordered some. They're really breathable. They look goofy, but you never know. All right, let's let this stabilize here for a second. So again, let's do a known good VOG mask. This was 90% my last test. Been sitting in a bag. I shouldn't affect it at all, but there's always a chance. Let's just test it. And then this one's also a washable mask. Technically, I'll have to double check the data on it. They may now say not to wash it, but I think they do. So we'll let it stabilize here for a second. Deborah Carson says, "Good luck with your school board meeting." Yes, I will need it. Well, I don't really need it. I know what I know. It's just the question is, can you convince other people? It's just the start. School's already started here, so I kind of want to get it at least in front of people's eyes, and I think that's one technique to do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. All right. Concentration stabilized. 3.022 e to the 4. Oh, actually, I'm not even ready for it. So let's see. 919. This is going to be the VOG mask. BMC large, non-rated. Bifold. As worn. Yearly. Last time we got 90,000 on this one. Let's do 2.981. 2.981. Got 90% last time. Let's change this stuff. No, not a bad mask. It's not a bad mask. It's certainly not my favorite, but at least the fit. Like they kind of have some elastic in the perimeter, so it kind of seals tight to your face. Wait for it to stabilize. It's coming down still a bit. Alright, you're gonna call there 1460, stabilized at 1460. 95.1 this time. Yeah, that's not bad. That's really not bad. It's really face fit dependent. I bet you I put this fix the mask on there, and we're gonna be pretty high with this mask. I can feel it leaking maybe just a little bit right here, and I said I'm not perfectly well shaven, so. But again, that's why I use my baseline mask. So, yes, I might have a small facial leak with that N100. We went from 99.9 to 99.99 to 99.96 or whatever. It's like close enough. That's why we do those. Sure, Blatt's. Okay, we got a couple questions. Let's see. Oh, a lot of people here. Let's see. Ashray 52s for the MERV ratings for furnace air filters, among other filters. Oh yeah, it's probably very similar. You probably use sodium chloride. Well, you probably do a polydisperse airs. Well, yeah. How do you do the sizing on that? Because I think they want that for like E1, E2, and E3 ratings. I was actually just doing some computations based on the new data that came from that Singapore study, along with the last author is Don Milton. That's where I saw it from. Don's kind of a legend. I was recomputing those respiratory droplet nuclei effective filtration values for that. And I wasn't sure how they actually did the measurement. 2.681 e to the 4. So 94.8. Hey, good job, Mask. Good job. You know, maybe I shouldn't talk so much crap. I mean, if you want a better mask, I don't think it's the best mask. We're gonna do Mask VMC large plus fix the mask. I guess it's not as worn, dummy. Alright, okay, so this time we're going to have to do the same thing. I'll don the mask. I'm going to connect the gizmo. Alright, here we go. Wrap that around my neck. Cinch it up. Definitely a tighter fit. I don't feel any leaks whatsoever. Alright. You know, they will say that when it tightened up like this with the fixed mask, it is noticeably harder to breathe in. Whew, okay, here we go. It's really hard to breathe in. 2.507 e to the 4. Here we go. Go ahead and stick my finger in here because I want to connect the test pump without. I'm also really glad that I secured all these test ports using some RTV. Well, it's says electronic straight silicone, so it works with, it's electronic straight silicone. What brand is it? I can't remember. Anyways, works great. It keeps these test ports nicely attached so they don't leak. Oh boy. Good. Called it 1175. Let's get the tube set on there. Just so you know, Apple is not perfect. I would like to. 95.3. So actually, not much leakage. Not much leakage in the mask. But I actually had a good face seal. So it's just media dependent. 95% pretty dang good though. So highlights. I mean, last time I probably donned it just not perfectly. Yeah. So it's a little bit of stretch there to that mask. So that's not a bad design. So. Proves, hey, these masks can work. I'll have to double check. I don't know. I'll have to go read about the VMC Bog mask to make sure it's washable. I think it is. If you're out there, you're bored, go check out the Bog mask site and see what they say. Okay, the next one up, the Airband Mask. Oh, let's grab that concentration before I forget. 2.346 e to the 4. 2.36 e to the 4. The Airband Mask. Now this one was crazy cheap. I bought the sale version. I was like, man, I want to spend $20 or 12. I think they were expensive, like $12 for these. They had the. I bought this one in the sale colors because apparently no one likes orange. Airband Mask. They're single size though, so I don't know how I feel about that. Non-rated, bifold, and as worn. It's an ear loop mask. Just copy that. There we go. Thank you. I had to puncture this one a little high, but it should be okay. It has a metal nose wire, cloth outer. We'll see how it stacks up. Check the comments while we wait. Let's see what we got. Alright. I wish you would come and talk to the governor of Iowa. Yeah, I don't think the governor of Iowa would want to listen. Elizabeth asked, do you plan to test the Cambridge mask? They claim filters of over 90%. Okay, so anyways, yeah, when you see BFE and VFE, it kind of doesn't really mean much. They're a crappy test. I want to see PFE data. Always PFE. BFE, VFE, good start, but in general, most good masks are now operating at like, you know, you'd be talking like 99.9 BFE and PFE rating. So anything less than that. So maybe it's good. Again, I haven't tested it. I'm assuming you're breathing normal. Would it make a difference if you try to breathe in more forcefully? Yes, Dennis, absolutely. If I breathe in harder, or it'll leak more, and I'll do worse in the total. I also only do a fixed position, so some tests have you move your head around to seal the thing. I'm just trying to prove, do the masks work from a general cursory value, right? I'm not trying to prove, are these the masks the most effective? Are these how do these compare to an N95? Basically, I'm just trying to, do they filter at something comparable to an N95 in a single condition? If the answer is no, then you know it's at least a bad mask, right? So if you get 70%, be like, yeah, whether it leaks more or less, you're already at 70%, who cares? All right, so 2.13 e to the 4. All right, let's go ahead and don this. Oh, this thing leaks like Sev. But let's see how it does. We only had a single size, so let's take a look at the data. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. Might be the worst one yet. I can feel it leaking like right here. But again, I can't do anything about it, so we'll use the fix mask after this. I'll just make sure I'm not pulling on the mask with the tubing like this. Try not to talk, but Jennifer Liu said, could you test the clearing KF94 mask from Korea sold on Amazon? My kid likes it. You know, I'm not a big fan of Amazon, but if you can verify that the mask comes out of South Korea and it's a KF94, it's good in my book. I've tested so many KF94s, I'm not even worried about it anymore. That whole database is full of KF94s and they're all legit. So as long as you know it comes out of South Korea, good with my book. I don't recommend Amazon for a few other reasons, but it is what it is. Speaking of MERV filters, it's possible to make a very efficient air purifier with a box fan and 4 MERV inch. Yeah, it's very good. They call those, I've seen those a lot on Twitter. Corsi is his last name. Professor from San Diego State. Oh my goodness, I gotta stop talking. Okay, sorry, I'll be quiet. This thing is leaking as I do my job. Alright, 8524, we're going to try to, that's all over the place, so that's really hard for me to gauge. I'd have to use a longer averaging to get that. But 8524 is like, what, just a little over 70%. You might as well just wear a surgical mask at that point. 60%. Oh, that's really embarrassing. Oh, let's see. I read some European people banning cloth masks. I wish they would ban cloth masks. Well, I don't think we should ban cloth masks, but just we should be pushing out way better masks. Bear Crack Girl says HappyMask says to hand wash. Yes, I will hand wash that as per their instructions. That's what I said when it came out. I was talking about the in-row mask says that you can machine wash it. We'll see what happens. I don't believe that too. I mean, I'm sure you can machine wash it, but it's hard on the filter media, so it can't make it any better. Same with KN95s and Amazon Mask. Boo. Okay. Let's get the concentration. 1.99 e to the 4. 1.99 e to the 4. All right. So 58.6%. Not a great deal. Let's try this. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's do Airband Mask plus fix the mask. Someone had mentioned the black Air Queen Nano not having as much collapse. Yeah, usually when the dyed fabric, the dyed materials are a little stiffer, so I can believe that. Here's my problem with the Air Queen. They're not KF94 rated. So basically at this point in the pandemic, I'm saying stick to rated masks. There's lots of them out there. Air Queen makes a rated, or that same Top Tech makes a rated mask. They call it the Air Queen Breeze. Just get the rated version, right? There's actual extra, when you say it's KF94 rated, there's actually extra work that has to happen on the manufacturer side to make sure that they meet these quality requirements and stuff like this. So just buy a rated mask. That's my recommendation at this point in the pandemic. Now you've seen the data, so I tested the Air Queen a few times. I tested the Breeze. They are good masks. They're fine. They're not my favorite, but they're fine. But I want to push people to rated masks from legitimate suppliers. Like as you can see, when me testing all these homebrew masks, well, I should call it here, but these are professional masks. But like they're not a rated style mask. you know, you see what you get. 1.868 e to the 4. I'm just stoked that Lindsay's doing the same stuff because I would love to see if she gets the same data as I did. One of the requirements of science is replication, and she can replicate what I'm getting here in my bathroom. And she's trained in aerosol science as well, and she gets the same data. Well, then at least you know I'm either crazy or both crazy, or probably most likely some of these masks are not as good as they claim them to be. Alright, so I got to fix the mask on. I'm just verifying that I have it done correctly. Alright. Yeah, not looking great. Airband. Not great. Called it 7672. It's really hard to read this because it's all over the place. Not a significant improvement, highlighting that the media is not great. Alright, well, there we are with those masks today. Let's go to some real masks. Airband. If you don't like my data, you can always make your own. Publish it. Show me that I'm wrong. Any day of the week, any manufacturer out there, if you think I don't test your mask correctly, think I don't do this correctly, just show me your data. Or go get some. Flow mask, I tested theirs. We had some great data that didn't show great. Mostly because I'm an adult with big lungs. So, doesn't mean it's a bad mask, you just gotta go collect some data to go prove it is a good mask. But I would believe that most of those masks, if you do a NIOSH 85 LPM or a KF94 or FFP2 95 liter per minute with paraffin, you're gonna show that they're as good as they claim. Which is basically, all these companies just bought media from some company that promised some level, and they never actually tested the mask themselves. If you want to be a mask manufacturer right now, you need to, well, at this point in the pandemic, you need to be at your game. 1.772 e to the 4. Oops, how about try that again? 1.772 e to the 4. 57.8. No significant difference between the airband with and without. So pressure drop's pretty low on that mask. I'll test them after here. Might actually not do that till tomorrow. I gotta, like I said, I gotta be done at 9 o'clock tonight here. I got one more thing to do, then I gotta go to bed, and then I gotta get up in the morning and do more stuff. Gotta work. Alright, next up, Powecom. KN95-SM, the small. This now comes to the GBS 26-2019 standard. They claim they're slightly more breathable. Let's find out. Let's see how the data looks on this. I'm excited. As you all know, I'm a big fan of KF94 masks and the boat style, but I do acknowledge that about 10 to 15% of the population of the world seems to like the KN95 style, and I'm a big fan of that. We'll talk about why. So this is going to be the Powecom SM KN95 mask, and this is a KN95 rated mask. It's bifold, it's as worn, it's ear loop, it's white. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the actually, I'm a bigger fan of the can style taper. So this is taper. We'll do it this way for you. This is taper. This is taper. It fits way more phrases. The Korean style is a hook. So it's like this kind of like taper and then a hook shape. And the hook, in my opinion, just does not fit as many faces. I've noticed. I mean, from people that I've fitted with those style masks that try them on, like, oh, I like the mask. They always get gapping on the chin and they feel the air coming in and out because they just get like a point contact on their chin. So, not a big fan of that style. I love Korean masks, don't get me wrong, the media is always good on them, but I just don't like that style. I don't think it fits as good as this style. Alright, here we go. Can Aaron wear a kid's mask? And how does it compare to everything else we learned today? Alright, here we go. Look at that. Alright, call there 427. Seems about the average. Again, numbers don't lie, people. Numbers don't lie. That's an adult wearing a kid's mask, 97.4. You saw the other masks. I mean, again, you could argue, is my method perfect? Nope. Does it detect every possible solution? Nope. But it highlights again. I don't. You know, you watch me test 97.4. I tested N95s. I get very high values, which is matching what you see from the literature, which is matching what you see from MPTTL, which is matching what you're seeing from the manufacturers. These masks are good. And they're cheap. These are only $1.20 each for kids, because kids' masks are kind of getting expensive because there's so much demand for them right now. If you like them, go to Bonafide Powecom. Go buy some right now. They're a great mask. If the boat style doesn't fit your kid, this is my next suggestion. So any KF94 boat style, if you want bifold, Powecom. If you want colored mask, okay, we'll test one of those today because I know kids want colored masks. I get it. All right, 1.554, E to the 4. Now the question is, who's going to be the first one to tweet at HappyMask or any of these mask manufacturers? Hey, did you watch Aaron's live stream? Because I usually don't talk to them. I don't usually send them anything. I'm not here to start any fights or anything. All right, let's have a fun one. So like we're talking about, this bifold, you can see taper, and then the hook. And it's like, see how the hook, so what happens is if you have a round face, your point of contact, you get like a single point of contact. And what happens is it just sits right on your chin. So any movement in your chin, any hair on your chin, stuff like that, it leaks. But we'll test it out. This one's probably going to leak on me because it's too small for my face, so I might do a hold to the face, or maybe I'll just use the fix the mask to do that, so we get a nice comparison. Now, this particular mask is the Antiqua small kids mask. This comes in a blue color. And this is part of their new line they call the Air Light. It is not a rated mask. I actually had mistakes. I thought it was a rated mask because all Antiquas are KF94 rated. But someone had noted that, hey, Aaron, just FYI, the Air Lights are not rated. So I know they're colored, and I know a lot of parents were asking about it, and it was on my document. So now I got to make sure that I don't have to send a tweet out and say that they're not, like, they're a total bunk or something like that. I'm going to guess they're probably in the mid. I'm going to guess what happened is the Antiquas aren't always the most breathable. They probably realized that, and so they made a new version. So this is Antiqua Air Light Small. This is a non-rated mask. They should rate them. They should get a KF94 rating. I'm not sure why they didn't. Let's find out. So we'll just test it and see how it works. Again, I recommend rated masks. Mostly I'm just testing this one because I had it on my list. People probably bought it. And then I made a mistake, so I need to make that mistake right again. If it is not very well performing, I'll need to put out a tweet to say sorry. I don't want any kids. If it's pretty bad, I don't want kids out there rocking this mask because I made a mistake. So I value your kids as much as my own kid. Every kid deserves a chance to have a safe existence at school. So let's do this. Call it 157.8. Okay, 98.9. Alright, whew. Alright, okay. I was worried about that one. I wonder why they didn't go through the rating agency. Maybe it was a timing issue. Maybe they made the mask and they didn't want to wait for the rating to go through. Who knows? Whew. Makes me nervous. Alright. We'll let this stabilize for a second. Why, if they are rated, when N95 are okay? Oh, N95 is great. Or N94, I don't understand. I'm not sure your question, Dennis. KN95 okay also? Oh, let's see it. Oh, I'm way off. Okay, there's a lot more stuff up here. Hold on. We'll wait 30 seconds here. Okay. Have you tested the Adidas mask? No, I've not tested the Adidas mask. If it's cloth mask, it's probably garbage. Thanks for the effort. No problem. Gladly helped that. MO, stay away from here. Can you please test the leaf mask? I'm not sure what the leaf mask is. Maybe chat me a link. Stay away from here. KN95 is on Amazon. Okay, also, no, KN95 is on Amazon this way. Lord Empress has tested a ton of them. There are lots and lots of fakes out there. Why they're, if they are rated when... I think, why are they there? Why there if they are rated? Oh, so why can people on Amazon claim a KN95 as a mask even though it's not really good? Well, what are you going to do? So Amazon doesn't care. They got your money already. And normally in our system of government, if you are a liar, you can be sued. But Amazon, you're not really a business that's located here, and you can just disappear overnight. So there's no incentive for them not to, because they can make a bunch of money. They sell a bunch of crappy KN95s. They cost nothing on their end because they're crappy. Sell them a bunch on Amazon, make a bunch of money, and then disappear. And you're left wearing a bad mask. All right, next up. So Powecom's good. We got... Oh, I got to get moving here. We got more masks to test, and not enough time to do them. I didn't test this one, did I? Did I put a report? No, I didn't do that. Okay. Let's do this one. This is a non-rated mask. I did this one because Powecom is carrying it. It's the Harley 3-layer protective mask. Now, Harley makes a lot of N95s in China. They're a legit brand. They make this mask. I saw Powecom was carrying it. It is not it's not a rated mask. So I'm just curious of what they have. I'll be honest. Powecom, Bonafide mask. I have a little hard time recommending a non-rated mask at this point in the game because there's lots of good other alternatives, especially in the boat shape when you got so many KF94s. But because I'm all about supply, I'll test it for you. And they sent me those Powcoms for free, so as a thank you, I'll test it. Not that changes my opinion of anything. If you send me the mask, I'll test it anyways. But they next dated to me, so thank you for that. Because I was like, hey, I need some masks for a test that I'm going to do here. Okay, what brand? What do they call these? We call these the Harley. Not the motorcycle, Harley Kids. What do they call it? Children's Protective Mask, they call it. So Bonafide, if you're watching this, go bug them to get it rated. Even have them KN95 rated. It's a boat shape, I like that. Alright, we'll see how it stacks. Alright, 1.281 e to the 4. I need to fire my generator up here in 1 second, so we'll do this last test here. Turn the generator on, we'll test some more. I got a KF80 that I want to test, just to get a baseline, because sometimes the Tiger masks are available in KF80s and not KF94, so let's just test it. Another mask. And it just helps me get a baseline for, I like to have a little bit of variety in my data. Then we're done. Oh, yeah, we just got one more mask. Alright, this one I might have to do hold the nose wire. Can't go to. Okay, so we'll do pinch the nose wire. $16.49. Not great. Not a big fan of that. I'll email Bill at Ball Chain. 87.1. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Let's test the KF80 and see how it compares. Maybe we can say it's equivalent to a KF80, but still at this point, KF94. Why waste your time? It's breathable mask, though. I will tell you that. It is pretty breathable. So. I don't know. Don't recommend it. I can pretty much tell you that. Oh, this fell out of the Powecom packaging. And reminder, as I always say, as we wait for this to stabilize, I'm not paid by any mask manufacturers. No one has given me any money. I have no financial obligation to any manufacturer out there. Sometimes they send me free product, Bonafide masks and these for free, and they next date it to me so I can get them in the test and get it on my document because I want people to buy it. I also noticed that Project N95 was carrying them, so I'm stoked to see Project N95. Actually, Project N95, huge double thumbs up to Project N95. They are carrying some KF94s. They said they're going to carry more to help with the supply chain issue, so I'm super stoked to hear about that. Yeah, that's awesome. Project N95, they're, when I first saw it, I was like, cool idea, but, I don't really, N95s don't solve the kids' problem, right? Like, so I was kind of like, yeah, no, they'd reach out to me and said, hey, can we work together, we do something, we're Project N95, we're all about protective masks, we have a lot of the same things. Is there something we can do together? And I was kind of like, well, N95s are great, but I'm trying to solve the kids' mask problem. And then I talked to a couple people there, and I said, why, they're like, well, what if we bought known good KF94s and did that? And I said that would be amazing because there's just not enough distribution for them. And then they did it, which is amazing. And yeah, people that do like that kind of stuff, those are good people. Just want to help. Just want to help. Those are good people in the world. Not to say that Bill at Bonafide, not just because he has a business doesn't mean he's the same way, but he hooked up with Project N95 to get him on there. So, good people working together. I like that. I'm just putting the masks back in their bags. I'm trying to keep the bags together because I got to read the care instructions. I'll remember. Airband with RX99, 99.9% to 0.01 micron. Bullshit. Yeah, right. Okay. I'd love to see the data on that. Maybe in your dreams. At least in my test, it doesn't do that well compared to Powecom. Alright, so this is actually a KF80 mask. I was kind of curious about this. This is, I have no idea. It's got a funny little cartoon, guys. It's printed. Cocomong. It's the Cocomong. The Cocomong. Cocomong. KF80 kids mask. This is a KF80 rated mask. It's boat shaped. It's as worn. Let's see if I can rock it. White. Plus prints. Plus prints. It's got monkeys. There's like something else on there. It's ear loop. It's tiny. Alright, let's rock it out. We got 10 minutes. I need to bring my generator back on. Sorry. I'll answer questions while we wait, but then this will be the last mess. Then I'm going to go finish writing my stuff for the school board and then go to bed. Alright, I'll answer the questions quickly. Why are there no... let's see, I talked about that. What's the best KF94 to buy? Watch, as adults, I have a video back in March. It's still pretty much accurate for KF94s. There are some other masks that have come on lately, like the Seibu, that are really good, but let's see if they still feel like strapping a pancake to your face. I'm not sure about that. On Vlogmask website is manufactured under quality ISO certified plant in Seoul, Korea, approved for their... okay, yeah. Does this mean it's KF94? Well, if they claim it's KF94 and they have one that you can buy from South Korea with the KF94 stamped on it, yes. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, kind of the data that I'm getting is that it probably passes the KF94 test. Maybe. I guess I'd just ask them for that data. It's definitely the better of the masks, that's for sure. Do you have a sheet of the best masks of all time? Go to my review video so Dennis, for kids, I have a kid's summary. That's on the top of that document I have. And for adults, just look at the last video I made back in March. I haven't done much with it because I stopped looking at adult masks. There's lots of great options out there. N95s, all that stuff. There's N95s out there. There's all kinds of great masks out there right now, so I stopped looking in terms of like testing to be legitimate. You don't need a person like me when it comes to N95. They're good. Go to N95 Project, buy some N95s from there. Go to Granger, Master, all those big companies. You're good. How quickly does efficient drop if there are gaps between the mask and the face? Instantly. So if you have a gap between the mask, it basically is like instantaneously, you start sucking air right away. So how do I send you a Honeywell face cover for your desk, please? And thank you. So Robert, if it's adult, I'm not going to really do any more adult masks. I'm just going to do kids. I'm going to try to turn it down anyways because I'm a little burned out. So kids masks only. All I'm doing is kid masks. The reusable masks I just got because they're adult size. They do make kid sizes available in most of those brands, so it's just easier to test the kids mask. So, or I mean, test the adult mask on adult face versus the kids mask. Kids masks aren't quite fair 1-to-1. So I gave them the best thing by testing an adult mask with an adult. If a kid mask is the same material and all that stuff, it should perform fairly similar. All right. Wow, there's lots of questions here. Holy smoke. Okay. Can you please test the tactical respirator? I'm not familiar with that. Thank you for service, Aaron. The formal name for the Powecom mask is KN95-SM. Okay, thank you. Oh, you're watching. Hey, Bill. What's up with that Harley's mask? I like it, but, you know, I'd like to see a little bit higher on that. Powecom KN. I like it. I'm glad that you're here joining us. Maybe see if Harley has a little bit higher rate. I'd like to see a little bit more on it. It's breathable. I will give you that. I like breathability, but you need to see some protection on that too. 85% is maybe a little low than what I'd want to see. What are your thoughts on the Razer Hazel mask? Never seen it. Oh, Razer? Oh, yeah. Any of these fancy, stupid masks. I have a video about that with about Gizmos and Gadget masks. Like, they're jokey. Yeah. If you watch the VOG mask and retest, do you think they would get the same similar? Well, no, that's what we're going to test, MO. We're going to be testing all of those reusable masks. We're going to do that. I'm going to wash them, clean them, dry them, or wash them, do it, whatever their standard instructions are how to clean them. I'm going to do that. We're going to do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll test next weekend on Sunday night after 5 washes, and we'll see how much they dropped. If they dropped a little bit and I can't resolve it, then maybe I'll go to 10 washes and do it the next week, but we'll test that. No such thing as a decent mask to wear while standing in water dealing with occasional splashes, right? No, yeah, I mean, you can wear a mask. Any of these masks will work fine standing in water, dealing with occasional splashes. It's going to get wet, so not much you can do there, but don't swim with it. Do not swim with the mask, yeah. Take your mask off when you go swimming. Well, surgical N95s are supposed to have some splash resistance, so yes, I agree. You can use a surgical N95. They have splash resistance on them, so you're not going to get in the water into your face. But really, that splash resistance for surgical is about blood penetration, so the blood doesn't come into your mouth. That's right, if you're doing surgery and somebody starts spraying blood all over your face, you're protected. I can tell you my car is worth 100K and sell it to you for 10K when it's junk. Some people believe anything. Yeah, I agree. Meanwhile, my bought an extra large finally left New Jersey after like a week of delay. Yeah, Be Healthy is very busy. Sorry, that's my fault. I was going to test the bought and Be Healthy extra large. I had them. I gave them. My brother is a big guy, and I was like, he's like, oh, I told him about the bought and extra large because he really likes the bought mask. Like, yeah, I just got these extra large. Come pick some up and try them on. He's rushed over. He's like, oh, these are awesome. They fit great. And I stupidly handed all 5 out of. I had 5 and I gave him all 5, not thinking I usually keep one for myself for testing. So I'll have to buy some myself and test them again. So, but I'm not. I mean, I may just get the sizing information. But yeah, it's a big mask. My brother loves the button and likes the button extra large now. If you had gaps in the nose wire, how much does that drop? It really depends on how big the gap is. But typically, you know, if you can feel it, it's at least 10%. If you feel air coming through there, I'm pretty good about it now because I've tested so many times. But if you feel air, at least 10%. Apparently, USPS in New Jersey are having issues, so Be Health orders are not coming through as quick. Yeah, USPS. I mean, we had the whole hurricane thing there, so I guess we give them slack. If you had a donation thing, so if you have a donation, you don't need to donate to me. If you want to help me, buy some masks and help around people. Go buy some kids' masks if you know some parents out there. Just buy some that are on my list and go up to them and say, hey, I got some masks if you'd like to try them, or just be approachable. Don't talk down to them or anything, or force them. Just be like, hey, I got them available. That's the best thing you can do. Be a mask nerd for those around you. Although I'm not currently wearing cloth masks that have an FFP2 rated inner layer, I have a bunch of the filter material comes with like the entire mask. I mean, in general, I want edge-to-edge filters all the time, so if it's edge-to-edge, fine. But in general, that cloth layer on the outside doesn't really always provide a great seal to the filter media, so it's not usually something I recommend. But it's going to be better than just a cloth mask. But in general, I stick to rated masks. They're required to test them. Thoughts on the Seibu 3D Mao mask from kids from Miko Place? I have some. I can't wear them in my test. They don't fit on my face. They're really tiny, so I can't test them. I had someone send me some, but I tried them on, and yeah, like I said, they're just too small. They don't fit even with my mouth closed. I just can't get it to seal to my face. It keeps gapping, so I won't be able to test those. They're not a rated mask, and I love Seibu stuff, so I'm it's hard for me to say for sure it works. I would guess yes. Seibu stuff is really good, and their stuff has been super breathable. If you see what happens when somebody blows smoke out of mouth, leaks it really out. It's nice to know you're not shilling for. Yeah. Big mask. Let me know. Would you share the video of what you will state at the school board, please? I might. Well, I guess everyone knows I'm at Minneapolis, but let's see if I want to make that public or not. It will be public because it is streamed. So if you figure out where I'm at, you can probably figure out where it'll be streamed at. But yeah, I just don't want to. Yeah, I want to be a little careful about my privacy there. No offense to you, I understand that, Robert. So don't take it offensive. Don't take it personally. I don't know if I just don't care for the Powecom because the material is so thick. Yeah, I mean they're definitely a different style mask. But I think in general for the price they're amazing, and they've been available for a long time. Always one of my big recommendations. Bill Tobner. If you aren't paying attention, Bill Tobner, he's the owner of Bonafide Mask, so he's watching it with me. So he says a big thank Aaron for all you do. Bill, thank you. Yeah, go Vikings, they suck. It's all right, whatever. I'm not a big football guy, so don't be offended. I have a big nose and the large bottom isn't big enough. Any bigger KF94s? Yes, there are two bigger KF94s. There is the bottom extra large, and there is an extra large available on Collect. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but go to Collect. There's an extra Collect. It's Collect, KOLLECTE USA. They're based out of LA. They have a bunch of KF94s. They have an extra large. I haven't tested it down in the basement. I haven't even opened them up, but I saw they were rated as, or listed as an extra large. Would adding closed cell foam weather stripping around the edge of a mask be a reasonable thing to improve the thing? So generally not really. The issue when you use the cell in N95's feature foam like the Aurora series, you need a really stiff nose wire additionally. So if you want to go to that thing, then you need to make the nose wire stiffer for it to work in general. Otherwise it doesn't seal as well. Any other sites besides Be Healthy as a backup? Collect. Fizzing? Any other sites besides Be Healthy? Yes. Collect USA. Also check out Project N95. Check out Bonafide Masks, which also are available on there. Those are all good places to get it. Mitchell, remember, it's simpler to just buy a good fitting mask, right? Yeah, always just buy a good fitting mask. Bill Tabner from Bonafide says, by the way, just put 5 production lines on the Powecom K95. Yes, thank you. 100,000 pieces a day, 6 days a week. I'll push to increase his number. Bonafide Mask and Powecom will work hard. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for adding protective masks for kids. I'm super stoked to that. Thank you. Time to watch every school board stream. No worries, I appreciate all you do. Yeah, no problem. I'm from New York and often have basically my package passing through New Jersey. Damn New Jersey. I'm just teasing. I don't have anything against people in New Jersey. Have you ever tried a surgical tape over the nose bridge to prevent air leaks with the feet? So if you can get a better seal, yes, you're going to get better performance. Dennis Tesdell said Collect USA is a great place to buy. Yes, I agree. They ship very fast from the West Coast. Thank you. Dennis, I found some orders at Home Depot. Yes, the 3M 9205 Home Depot, great mask. My kid don't really want to mess with the headband mask, though. I agree. Yeah, headbands are kind of annoying, but let's see. Sabu makes the 3D adult sizes now too. I'm pretty sure. Yes, they actually. Dennis, you're actually 100%. Or Denise, sorry, Denise, you're 100% correct. Sabu does make the 3D meow mask in adult sizes. I saw that. I was gonna buy some, but it takes too long to ship, and they're kind of expensive to ship over here. So I haven't done it. Like I said, I'm focused on kids masks. Yes, I could test the adult version and say they also made a kid version. But in general, I'm just going to keep pushing to rated masks. Sabu's hard to buy from. I don't think that's a great solution for a lot of people. So I'm stoked about Powecom. I've been super fast at shipping, so I'm excited to get that on there tonight. I'll get those size measurements and pressure drop. Shoot, I probably should do that tonight. Well, Bill, I won't be able to get that till tomorrow. I just got to get this other stuff in. It's 9 o'clock. Okay, well, I spent so much time chatting. Let's get on with the last test of the night, and then we're going to call it a night. 1.868 e to the... Oh, wait. Kids mask. Oops. Where are we at? Updated that. Okay. 1.88 e to the 4. Sorry. It's on the tiny little baby. This is a KF80 mask. Oh, I might have to hold this to my face. I was testing it before. Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, I'm gonna have to pinch the nose wire. Alright, called there at 306. Hey, 98.4. Great job, KF80 mask. For those wondering why KF80s perform probably pretty much as well, this is a sodium chloride test that's a little bit easier on it. KF80s and KF94s and FFP2s are all tested against a paraffin oil test. One of the hardest tests that you can do. If I was to take and try to make a new standard general population mass standard for the US, I would do the following. I would take the FFP2 test, copy, paste, delete paraffin test, reduce maximum inhalation pressure and exhalation pressure by about 20 to 30%. Create a new subcategory for anything that's below 50 pascals to be ultra breathable and get a special little star. There's your G95 general population mass standard. Done. Harder, easier said than done. Going to look for Powecom masks to see if they are cheaper than what I've been buying. All right. But do you think people should be switching out masks more often earlier due to the variants? No, I don't think you need to switch out the mask any sooner based on the variants. Oh, shoot. We got the crowd tissue. We got 1.806 e to the 4. 6 e to the 4. Okay, I'll answer any last questions, and then I got to go because it's 9 o'clock. All right. Do I think you need to switch out? No, because I tested that, and the filtration efficiency doesn't significantly change as we as they go to about 40 hours. This is not surprising when you look at the KN95 test standard. They test to 120 milligrams of loading, which is a literal ton of material on a mask. So I'm not surprised that 40 hours. I'm guessing they probably can go 80 or even longer. And N95 is arrested to 200 milligrams, so almost twice that loading, and so they probably could go easily 80 hours in an indoor environment because there's just not a lot of material. These are those Coca logo masks that I had that are printed for toddlers. Good mask, even though it's KF80, so not surprising. Christina asked, I asked before you the Evolved mask together. I asked you before about the Evolved mask. Is the reason why they're listing their mask as KN95 when they look like a KF94? They're also SGS tested. Do you think they'll be reliable? Okay, so they are a boat style. So KF94 boat style mask, super popular in South Korea, but you're starting to see the boat style spread. Canada, Mask Canada, which are sending me some. I held a couple test ports. I haven't got them yet, but they've sent me some masks from Canada, from Mask Canada. Makes a boat style. So it's just a boat style KN95. And if they have SGS data and they're saying it's KN95 and there's some good backup data, I would say it's more than likely. I haven't tested it personally. I always hold a reservation for KN95 because there's no government agency responsible for certifying that. They just self-certify that they tested it. SGS is a good lab, so they use the right people. So they're kind of giving the indications that they are doing it right. Can you provide a simple counter explanation for anti-maskers when they use vapor appearing on the other side of a mask after exhaling on a cold day? Sure, absolutely. That vapor you're seeing is water vapor, and water vapor does not get filtered by a mask because it's in vapor phase. So vapor passes through, and vapor passing through a mask is exactly why they work. Imagine if we filtered gas vapors like oxygen. Well, if you filtered oxygen, you die. So, yeah. So they filter particles. They don't filter vapor-based materials. So when you breathe out, you have a lot of moisture in your breath. It's evaporated. It's gas phase. It passes out through the mask, and then on a cold day, it condenses, just like your breath on any other day. Masks don't filter vapor. They filter particles. That's why I'm telling you in this test. If you want to show an anti-masker, say, hey, how did Aaron do this test on this video? Or you watch me test literally hundreds of masks using a counter and a sodium chloride aerosol that I generate. Okay, do you still rotate your mask or use one in a few days or out? I'm a little less stringent about the mask rotation. CDC had come out with saying fomite transmission is a 1 in 10,000 rate. Fomite transmission, for those that aren't familiar, when you're a COVID positive person, you speak, these droplets and aerosols come out, they land on the surface, and then what happens is you come and touch that surface, and they get them on your fingers or your hands, and then you're going to touch them against your face. Okay, so it turns out that method of transmission is what they call very low, or 1 in 10,000. So it's extremely rare, and if you think about why, that's because you touch that virus, which then gets diluted onto your finger, then you got to get it into your places that have ACE2 receptors. Your ACE2 receptors are in your sinuses and in your lungs. So you got to get that virus into your lungs. So touching your mouth means that it goes into your mouth, and then it has to distribute through the mouth, and then somehow get to the lungs. So could it happen? Of course. Could it get in your blood? Some other thing? Yeah. But in general, the virus needs to first hit those ACE2 receptors to start to replicate. Otherwise, your body does start to attack it as a foreign thing. It's just that. So most respiratory aerosol or respiratory infections happen when you inhale them, and that's exactly what's happening with SARS-CoV-2. So you got to inhale it. So no, I don't rotate them as much because again, fomite transmission is a rare thing. Mo, can you provide a simple counter explanation for anti-mask when they talk about? Oh, I already answered that question from Mo. Let's see. Okay, I see that's all there is. Thanks everybody for hanging around. It's 9:06. I gotta go. I got more work to do still tonight. I don't gotta go to bed yet. And Farrah yeah, but still wash your hands. Yes, agreed. Still wash your hands does not mean hand hygiene is not important. It is very important, and we should be washing your hands for a wide variety of reasons. But it is not the exclusive. If you wash your hands, you're still gonna get COVID. So wear a good mask. Wear a rated mask. KF94, KN95, N95 is way to go as well. FFP2, go a rated mask. Are there other ones out there? Of course, but in general, use a good mask. Thanks everybody for hanging around tonight. Thanks for everyone. Thanks, big shout out to Bill for sending those masks to me very quickly. I appreciate that. As usual, I'm sure there'll be a lot of debate around HappyMask and Airband and all these companies, so watch the Twitter. I'm sure it'll blow up. As usual, I create crap for mask companies that don't do good job, so catch us next week. I'm going to test these masks after I wash them per manufacturer's drawing. I'm actually probably going to film while I do it because I'm sure someone's going to say that I didn't do it right. So thanks everybody, and we'll catch you next weekend.